Next will be Ms. Paulette Carson.
Thank you, Scott and the Executive Committee for putting this on this evening. This is a great night, a great attendance. Thank y'all for coming out on a really cold, nasty night. Yes, I'm Paulette Carson, and I'm telling you, I was sharing with the Apple Springs Cartel over here. I'm one of them, by the way. This is the shortest distance I've had to drive for an event. 5 minutes from my house. I live up on Chick Watson Road. We've been here, Charlie and my husband and Caleb, we've been here a little over 20 years on our ranch. And I'm excited with what's happening in Trinity County. I will make one mention, as I mentioned to Scott earlier. I so appreciated his comment. If you haven't seen it on Facebook today, you need to do that. It was very much a wise observation of what God is doing in our county, bringing us together and unifying our county. So thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Just a little bit about me. I went to SFA, got a business degree. Management and economics was my emphasis. And then I started a career at a company called Brown & Root in Halliburton. I was a global contracts manager. And then I moved later on, many years down the road, to another firm. I launched their procurement department, acquisitions, purchasing, etc. We supported a gold mining operation in Mali, West Africa. At that point in time, my husband, who had a small business on 290 Northwest Houston, is where we were living. We decided we got to get out of Dodge. So we looked around for a lot of different places, and we chose Trinity County. We love being here. And so we have 3 sons. Our eldest is Kyle. He's a small business owner in Rains County, heavy equipment, refurbishing, etc. And he and his family are just awesome. Our second son, David, is a lieutenant colonel in Space Force. He was serving in the Air Force, and in July, he was transitioned over and sworn in there. Y'all pray for him. He's in the Pentagon in the belly of the beast. So, and our youngest son, Caleb, he turns 23 this month. He is a special needs young man, and he's high functioning, but we have him living at home. We love having him there. So what is it about what I have been doing? I am your local candidate. We've been here over 20 years. I feel like I know so many of you and your heart and what it's like to be here in the rural community, the needs that we face together. And some of the things that I have done while being here are, I was the vice chair of the party for 2012 to 2016. I was the founding president of the Republican Women of Trinity County. Whoop, whoop. And I served 4 years, and then I turned out. I represented you all back in the 2020 convention as the Senate District 3, which is Senator Nichols' district, 19 counties. I was appointed to serve you and to establish legislative priorities for the Republican Party of Texas. And so then, another thing, and Trent will remember this, how have I already fought for you in this county and in Texas? You remember back in the 84th session, Trent, it was the House Bill 276 you filed because Joanne Kennedy had shared with us at one of our conventions saying, hey, the really rotten thing has happened to our military here in Texas, property owners that have an ag exemption. Her son lost it. You know how he lost it? He was deployed, serving our country. And he lost his ag exemption because he couldn't be there to sustain the income. I said, you've got to be kidding. And not only that, he had to wait 5 years to reapply. Every which way but loose, that was wrong. So I went straight to Trent. I said, file a bill. And he said, okay, yes ma'am. Can you hear him say that? And it didn't come out of committee that session, so the next session rolled around and I said, file it again. He said, yes ma'am. And so it came out very quickly. I think it was 100% bipartisan support, so that now when our military are deployed as property owners, that's suspended, that rule is suspended. So that's one of the things I've done. The second thing, one of many actually, in 2012, Trent will remember this as well, my son at special needs, we began to encounter a lot of things in the medical situations that a lot of families were encountering throughout East Texas. And it was just medical services. Obamacare had slaughtered a lot of the doctors, and they were shutting their doors. They weren't taking the patients. having to drive all over Kingdom Come to get services, and I went to the state rep. In fact, you were just transitioning in, and I briefed you on all of that, and I so appreciated your chief of staff coming to our first meeting in Austin. So advocating for our special needs families in all of East Texas, that mattered. We've moved the dial in Austin several times on behalf of our families here in East Texas. In 2001, right after 9/11, I became aware of what was happening in Eastern Europe. Am I coming up on 5 minutes? Oh, that was 30 seconds. Anyway, we do not want socialism here. I fought it over there. I was helping many families there. I want to serve you and represent you from here, right here, accessible ear. I want to be your voice. Thank you so much.